Okay, so needless to say, we're going to move on from this particular pattern, which it has uses. It's a useful pattern, but I didn't have to accept the limitations of this approach to it. So we've gone ahead and I've made the chart number 223. If I can bring it up here. There's the 3D of it. Okay, so this is chart 223 here. Just an overview. So I listed out the charts instead of going in a small circle and then not being able to match up. I noticed it came back, the shape that it came back up to on the top was the A shape. So I just kept going from there in a big long list. Of so we started here on the C shape. Now remember, in any one of these guys, if we start on the C shape and go the other way, so we're going up, we go to the 5th, going down, we're going to the 4th. Okay, now this is in keys. These are keys, but here's the shapes. So with C shape C, going up, we're going to the G shape. So now remember, each one of these little indicators is this C, and this C means a C shape C. That's an entire box. Okay? All that is just this C-shaped C right there. So look at them. There's 60 different, combinations of keys and shapes that you can do. So I listed them. And then I noticed, oh my gosh, there's a pattern. So I kept listing them, realizing eventually I would get back to C, and I did. And from this C-shaped C to this C-shaped C, it sounds like from C to shining C, right? Is 60. So I put them on a circle. These aren't parsed out perfectly. In other words, if you think about a circle and you have 60 seconds, if you go over here 90 degrees from the center, it's not going to be 15 seconds. It's about 18. See how they're a little crowded over here? I spread them out as good as I could. To do them, I didn't realize there was 60 of them. All I realized is I had to divide it into 5 spaces like that, and you can do that. You can take a circle and divide it into 5 places like that. So, but essentially there's 60 of them. So let's look at that. Let's look at today's chart. Okay, so here we have it. This is chart number 223. Circle of string-shaped keys. Remember, string-shaped keys. So we have our string shape, which is the bottom string of the cage box, and the key that we're playing in. So there's 60 of them. That's not the 60 chord system, but it's related to, the 5 qualities of chords: major, major 7th, dominant, minor 7th, half diminished, and diminished. That's 5 qualities of a chord times 12 keys is 60. That's not the same thing here. This is, of course, the 12 keys, so it would be E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, E flat and E. Now I do them in flats. You're going to see this whole thing is done in flats. So we could start from the top here: E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, D flat, and C. Okay, so I'm doing them in flats. That's just how I did them. It works either way. You all should know that E flat is D sharp, and B flat is A sharp. But does anybody really call B flat A sharp? No. But C sharp is commonly used, but it's nice to call it D flat if you're working in the key of A flat where you've got a nice F minor going, you know. So I'm doing it in flats. That was kind of like irrelevant, just like my playing. So anyway, we've got circle of string shaped keys. Okay, 5 cage shapes, 12 keys, 12 key shapes clock. So we have the clock here. All right. Other things on the chart, I have an extremely long fretboard, which covers like 4 octaves. Okay, I don't know why this one is on A here. This isn't, oh, because there's an octave there. There's an octave there. I left an octave out. There's even another octave there. Okay. Okay, so I just added this, but I was having a little trouble getting it to save to the chart. But just wanted to show you there. We have like 4 octaves here. And we've got so many keys happening. I'm not sure which direction we're going to be going with these things and how far they're going to go. So I just put an extra long keyboard here, fretboard. So let's dig into it. I've solved the anomaly by doing the 60 chord system. So we start with a C-shaped C, 60 chord shape, string shape keys, 60 string shape key system, right? Start with a C, notice all the C's here, everything lines up. Now we don't have any problem. We just go to the right. Let's look at the key. Okay, the key is, and this is like zooming in, going into orbit with this thing. We're approaching our orbital point. So this is the key. Now this is like the surface of the circle. So cascading, let's say from C to G to C to F there, okay? So going to clockwise, okay, just had to get my vest on. It's clear, the summer is over, at least this week. So going clockwise now is a circle of fourths. So the G would go to the actual G would go to the C, would go to the F. Okay, these are the keys. The shapes that they're played in on guitar is if we start a G-shaped G, we would go to a C-shaped C and an E-shaped F, because the fourth of the C shape is the diminished fourth. So with caged, remember caged, involves that stuff. Okay, so in fourths we go up a pentatonic, but it's every other key, every other letter in that pentatonic scale, C, D, E, G, A. So the fourth of C, skip a letter and go to the E. So it's C, E. Then the fourth of E, skip the G and go to A. So the fourth of E is A. Once again, we're looking in countable fourths, perfect fourths. Whereas the string shape fourth of the C string shape, okay, is the diminished fourth to E, and vice versa. So the fifth of E is the C going in the caged word. So going in the caged word counterclockwise, the C shape, the E shape goes to the C. C then goes back to a perfect fifth to the G shape. Now going upwards this way is in string shaped fifths as on your guitar. So if you have an E-shaped F there, we're going up to a C-shaped C string shape. That's 3, 4, 5 in the key of F, which would be A, B flat, and C. And then we go up another fifth in string shapes to the G string